Another reminder, please turn off your cell phones. No video, no flash. We'll start with a comment from Coach Van Horn. Dave?
Well, obviously it's a tough loss. Pretty well played game by both teams. For the most part, there really wasn't, too many mistakes. Just kind of who got the big hit and who didn't. And, give credit to Killian. I thought he did a good job of battling and finding a way to get through some innings. Kept eating up innings. I think one time maybe Coach Tadlock might have been going out there to take him out. At least that's what it looked like, and he stayed in. He promptly got another out and got him through that inning, and gave his bullpen a chance to rest a little bit more. But just some big hits. Texas Tech took advantage of a couple of things, and tough loss. Two tough losses here for us. 2 one-run losses. They really could have gone either way.
Okay, we'll start with Kendall.
You win baseball. Casey, you had a couple of hits off Killian, but you also had a couple of strikeouts against that breaking ball. I guess your thoughts on how he approached you and the lineup in general.
I thought he did a good job. Like Coach said, he kind of kept us off balance. He had really good stuff. He stayed strong throughout until they took him out. He threw me a lot of curveballs. I think maybe I was pressing a little bit too much. Kind of in a got-to-win situation, and that's on me being an older guy. You should know not to press, and I did. So I had a couple of bad at-bats, a couple of good hits. That's just baseball, but I thought he did an outstanding job. He's a good pitcher, and he took advantage of it.
This is for KC. You obviously had a really good day.
Welcome in. Yes, it is a late edition. It's a late Tuesday night edition of On the Hill Sports Talk Radio with Pat Jenkins here on KDSJ 479. We hadn't been on all week. Been out, as we said earlier in the month, that the month of June was going to be a very special month. We've been out taking care of some things, but we didn't want to just not be seen. We thought we'd come in with a little information for you guys and a really, really good show. As here momentarily, we're going to be joined by 2020 running back from Powder Springs, Georgia, McEachern High School, Jordan Simmons. He's going to be joining us. Jordan made his way to Fayetteville just a little over a week ago. We're going to be talking to Jordan about just where the Hogs sit. He's a highly recruited prospect out of the Peach State, and there's a lot of schools after him. We'll find out where Arkansas sits, and then we're going to follow that up as our good buddy from the Arkansas Dim Gas, Scotty Borderland, went out to Omaha, got a chance to cover those Razorbacks in their attempt to win the College World Series championship. Unfortunately, we're unable. We're going to talk to Scotty about just what happened in Omaha and the future of the Razorbacks going forward. I think there's going to be some real high expectation, but we'll find out just what Scotty thinks. And then it doesn't stop there. We're heading down to Tuscaloosa because Demetrius, last thing I checked, we're not too far away from SEC football and a lot of news. They got a new basketball coach down in Tuscaloosa, and the football program isn't doing too bad either. We'll talk with Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama momentarily and find out what's going on as the Tide continue to try to roll in both basketball and football. But on to my good buddy. I want to welcome him in, and he's going to be heading out tomorrow for some real jealous time, I should say. I want to bring in my producer and co-host, Demigod, but he's Spike D on these parts. What's up, D?
Not much. It seems like it's been a while.
It has been a while, but as we say, we're always in the business of improving. And if you're not improving, you're not moving. And I think we're moving in a really, really good direction. I'm telling you, people, on the hill, sauced up, and we just have a lot of things in store. But we're going to get ready to get this thing going because I'm ready, and I hope you're ready for the OTH Special Night Edition. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. We're going to leave you with a little bit more audio from junior reliever Matt Cronin. Here's his feelings on his final time at Arkansas. And then we'll be back with 2020 running back Jordan Simmons from Powder Springs, Georgia.
Doing baseball for both of you.
Let's get it.
Whoever wants to take it. Kind of building on that, the character and the fight of this team. And, you had the early lead. They came back, take the lead. Trading blows. How much do you think that says about the heart that this team has played with all year long?
We've been that way all year. There's been games to where we've been behind and our offense will keep striking back and our pitchers will keep us in the ball game. And I don't think there's too many games this year that we didn't feel like we had a chance to come back and take the lead for our pitchers and then our bullpen to come out there and shut them down again.
I think it just says a lot of what Coach here has done for this program. He goes out and gets competitors, guys that want to compete, and that's awesome. That's big time for this program, and I think that's why we're pretty successful, is because he surrounds his team with guys like Azell and Zay and Scroggins, and it's been awesome, and that thing it just says a lot about our program.
Okay, Bob.
Dave alluded to it in his opening comments, but you come here and 2 one-run losses could have gone either way. I mean, you guys could be 2-0 with a couple of breaks instead of 0-2. Just how tough was that to contemplate, I guess?
It's sometimes the ball bounces a little funny, and
Welcome back. It's On the Hill, Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. It's our special Tuesday night edition of OTH, coming to you live on KDSJ 479. And, the Diamond Gang and Coach Mo are really searching for some of those special diamonds. And so we thought we'd head down to the good old state of Georgia and catch up with one of the best diamonds in the country at the running back position from McEachern High School out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Jordan Simmons. Jay Simmons, welcome to the Hill, my man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing real good, Jay. Let's get off into recruiting. You just recently made your way to Fayetteville a little over a week or so ago. Talk about that experience, and also, too, how's the recruiting process going for you? I know you're very highly recruited, but talk about that process up to this point.
The visit last week went great. The hospitality from the coaches and the love they showed me when I came down to visit was just great. I plan on coming back down there for a game, probably take an official visit sometime this season. My recruiting process has been going pretty good. Right now I'm looking to narrow my schools down probably in 2-3 weeks. And from there I'll probably commit within a month. So they've been going pretty good.
I know you plan on, narrowing your schools down. What will be some of the process, Jordan, for you and your father and mother and the entire family in breaking down just who's going to make that list? I mean, you have, like I said, an enormous amount of offers, the likes of Oklahoma and, Georgia, the in-state schools. What are going to be some of the key factors that you look at, Jordan, here in the coming weeks to come up with that top 4 or 5 or however many you choose to really hone in on?
Just the environment. The environment is just a place where I feel at home and comfortable and welcome. Coaches, I feel good around the coaches. Somewhere where I could come in, make an early impact, and a school where I just fit in, and a great team environment where I love to be around my team and coaches all the time. So, that's about all I'm looking for, and I'm want to major in either in engineering or marketing. So,
when you look at Arkansas, what was it about the unofficial visit? That got you even interested, Jordan, in wanting to come back? I know you said you and your dad will be making your way back to the University of Arkansas. What were some of the things also too that Coach Morris and that offensive staff talked to you about how you would be used if you so choose to be a Razorback?
Let's talk about my speed, because my speed is what I'm built off of. Just being able to fly past guys and just one step breakaway guy and just be able to take it 80 yards to the house. So, they're looking for use me as a speed back and just take it 100 yards, 80 yards, 30 yards, however long I need. Just one cut and go.
Now, coming from McEachern High School, well known for just being a factory for D1 high school football players. What is it, Jordan? You were one of the few juniors to be named first team All-State in that great state with so much talent. What did that mean to you? And also, too, what's it like to come back pretty much one of the top, I think you're the top running back in the state of Georgia. What's that like to have a bullseye on your chest heading into your senior year?
It's an honor to be first state, but also you got to stay humble and keep working. Because, every day is another day to get better. So you just gotta keep working to get better each and every day. Go out there, work hard, and compete with your teammates.
What are some things you've been working on here in the off season, Jordan, that you feel you need to get stronger at? And like you said, outside of your speed, what are some other things that you feel really good about heading into your senior campaign?
Things I've been working on is speed and agility work, just staying in shape and just going every day getting better. Going out there with my trainer, we work on speed and agility, work on power movements, work on our cuts to get better. We want to be crisp and clean. So I mean, this year I'm looking to come in just being better than I was last year and just be a better back.
When you look at Arkansas and a lot of multiple programs that you're after, Oklahoma, the Alabamas, I mean, a lot of great ones. Arkansas being one of those programs that hadn't had a lot of success here over the last few years in the SEC. Are you looking, Jordan, to kind of go to a school and make an impact and get that school to where they become one of the up-and-coming programs? Or is that just something, whichever program fits Jordan Simmons and family, then that's where you're going to most likely end up?
It could be both. I mean, I'm looking for somewhere where I fit in, but also I'm looking for a school. If I need to come in, I can make an impact and make an impact on the team and bring the team up. Because if a team is not like they haven't been good, I'm hoping to come in and make them better, and bring up the team and listen. We can do something special.
Talking with 2020 four-star running back Jordan Simmons out of Powder Springs, Georgia, at Eastern High School. Jordan, how much do you take part? How much is social media? Twitter, Instagram. There's a lot of outlets that these fans at different schools that are recruiting you can reach out to you. How much does that impact your decision with the schools that you really look at, or is that just something with the way it is? Just have a little fun with that type of process.
I just mostly have a little fun with it. I mean, I'm just enjoying the process right now because once I commit and I sign them papers, it's all there and we ready to work now. So, I mean, I'm just going to enjoy the process right now and just have fun with it. So.
Now, if I come to Georgia, Powder Springs, Georgia, McEachern High School, I'm one of those guys. I'm going to get Coke or whatever soda pop. I don't want ice in my drink. And I always get popcorn. And me and my buddy, and my co-host Demetrius, we'll sit in the top of the stadium. When that ball is kicked off and it's time to get it, what type of football player will I see in number 22, Jordan Simmons?
You're going to see an electric boy that's going to go out there and just play hard, fast, and just take to the house. I mean, you're going to see me as a team player, not a selfish player. I mean, I'm going to lift my teammates up when they're down and just bring them up and just bring the energy out there. So, yeah.
Now, being young, we'll have a little fun with you. My producer, he's about to go out and shoot a little of the BET Awards parties out in California, leaving tomorrow. And he's going to be around a lot of all those good singers, all those rappers. If there's three groups that Jordan Simmons has on his playlist right now that he's vibing to, who are those guys?
I'll probably vibe the Future, Lil Baby, and Gunna.
Yeah, that'll work. He's smiling. He's a Gunna fan. I mean, he's a real big NBA young boy type of.
I like him too.
See, he went out a couple weeks ago and shot the NBA YoungBoy concert. So you're starting. You won some points with him, Jordan. But before we let you go, two last questions. If there's one thing that you'd like the listeners and viewers to know about Jordan Simmons that maybe they don't know at this moment, what would that be?
I'm a great person to be around me. Just hang around me. I just love being around people and just talking and have fun and just enjoying myself while I can. So. And
last question, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna make a statement, and I want you to finish it. When football is done, for Jordan Simmons, he'll be doing what with his life afterwards?
Life after football, hopefully I want to be a business person. I mean, I always like doing business with people and selling stuff, so that's what I want to do after football. That was my dream. So.
Well, Jordan, and talking to you the previous few days and you joining our show, it's not going to be any problem with the success that you have. And remember, my man, you worked and you deserve the right to be selfish in this decision. But as always, Feel free to come back anytime, and thanks for taking time out this evening on the Hill, my man.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh. That was 2020. Everything running back from Powder Springs, Georgia, McEachern High School, Jordan Simmons. And, I always like to go over to my producer, co-host, Spike D, and get his take on just the video, because we like to show a lot of videos when we're talking to prospective recruits, be it women's basketball, football, men's basketball, whatever sport Arkansas is having. If we can get video, we want you to see these athletes. But what sticks out to you, Demetrius, about this particular prospect? Chad's after, and that staff, they've recruited a lot of running backs. We've had Dylan Johnson, Sevy Morrison out of the Tulsa area. Talk about this young man. What sticks out about Jordan?
I think Jordan mentioned it. His speed. That was one thing you told me before we watched the tape on air. You told me, just watch this kid's first step and just watch how he can really separate himself, even with kids when they have a good angle on them to really pursue him. He still ends up getting ahead and breaking away. So I think that's what Chad Morris is really looking for. I think he's really trying to make that next step. I think before you can really build that muscle and get that brute strength, you got to have that speed. Right. And I think that's really where Chad Morris is doing. He's really stocking, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's just getting guys that, 4.4s, 4.3s, 4.2s. He's really going to get those high caliber offensive players.
Think about this, D. He said you're either having it or you're chasing it. Now, let's think about the kids that he's brought in. Mike Woods, 4.4. The receivers that he's brought in, Trey Knox, Shamar Nash, Traylon Burks, TQ Jackson. You bring in Amante Spivey. You have the 4 or 5. Hudson Henry's not slow himself, and now you go out and you get guys that are coming in with even more speed. Speed's the name of the game in the SEC, and it's really the name of the game in football. But the name of the game that we're going to talk about now is Arkansas Omaha Hawks baseball with Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Scotty Bordelin. He's up next. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
Just going to keep going in the right direction.
What did you think of Connor's performance today?
He did what we need him to do. He gave us good innings. Just left one pitch over the middle, and Cam Warren, he's a great hitter. He got a good piece on the ball, and Connor did all he could. Just came in as a freshman, did exactly what we needed him to do, and then we got to the bullpen, and just a couple long balls beat us today.
Just what you guys were able to do when you look back at this season. I know it's disappointing right now, but just getting back here and the job you guys did to get back here to home.
Yeah, especially after last year's season where we had such experienced guys, and we were supposed to be in Omaha last year playing for national championship. Not many people expect us to be here again. A lot of guys had to take step-ups, and some freshmen had to come in and perform, and we all did that. And we just came together as a team and had a really good year, and getting back to Omaha back-to-back years is special, and just doing it with this group of guys, I'm going to miss it, and just miss putting on the Razorback uniform.
We talked to your dad yesterday. He said you thought about hanging it up, or whatever the conversation was. You weren't having fun with baseball. How much fun did you have this year, and how glad are you stuck with it and kind of changed your approach to how you did things?
Yeah, baseball at times wasn't fun for me. But at the end of the day, this year was special. It was a good year on the field and off the field, just emotionally. Just baseball's fun again, and baseball was just enjoyable. And do you know the guys?
Welcome back. It's our special night, Tuesday night edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio, as we come to you each and every day here on KDSJ 479. We've been out, but we've been taking care of some really important business. For, like I said, we've always told you in the year of 2019, we want to do some special things. So here momentarily, throughout the rest of the week after tonight, Demetrius will be on assignment, and I, too, will be taking care of some more administrative. So we'll be on vacation You'll catch a lot of, in case you missed it, some of our greatest shows. For those that didn't get a chance to catch some of our 2019 really, really good shows. And before we have on momentarily, as our good buddy from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Scotty Borland, will be momentarily joining us here on OTH. I want to go over to my producer, Spike D. And, when you think about some of our shows, Demetrius, what have been some of the shows in 2019 to this point that you think maybe we should share here in the next 72 hours with our listeners? What are some of the, in case you missed it, maybe they might want to get a piece of?
Man, we shot so many I couldn't even tell you. They are pretty good. So I advise everybody to go back and check any episode we had with on the hill.
The one we had with Nolan, Super Sid, that was a pretty good one. But yeah, that's how our week will go. We'll have a in case you missed it show Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's episode, as Demetrius will be on assignment, and I'll be out the remainder of the week due to some improvements, some business things that we have to take care of administratively here. But it's almost time, Demetrius. We're getting close. We're getting close to SEC Media Days. Any new things come to mind is momentarily coming up. We're going to be having Touchdown Alabama, Stephen M. Smith. Are there any new storylines that you might be, catching up on? Because I'm thinking, I think Auburn and Gus Malzahn. Something tells me Gus ain't going to make it. Something just tells me Gus is not going to make it throughout the season. And for as high as I am on Texas A&M, I still think, and my buddy, I was talking to Andy Hodges earlier today, which we were out and about. I agree. They're still Texas A&M.
I don't think it's out of Gus Malzahn's hands to have a decent year, because I think if there's any year that he could probably upset Alabama, I think this is one of the years, just with just so many pieces leaving, so many coaches leaving. I think there's a lot of things that they're going to have to try to figure out in a short amount of time, not only with the players, but again, the staff and just the continuity between the coaches. Because I think that's always been kind of Nick Saban's kind of Achilles' heel. When he loses so many, he has that turnaround of so many coaches and players. I think that's just so hard. There's just a lot of players that still haven't, they have name behind themselves from high school and how they rank, but just haven't done anything recently in college football. So, we're trying to figure out what Tua's going to look like next year. There's a lot.
I heard Tua's lost some weight. Somebody's told me. And we're going to ask Stephen M. Smith, but I think I heard somewhere Tua went from 230 to 215 for this upcoming season. If that happens, I'm telling you, Demetrius, the guy was already elusive. You talk about a 15-pound lighter, Tua Tagovailoa. I said that pretty good, didn't I? I actually said that really, really good. I'm proud of myself for that. But in the East, Florida, they scare me. And you've always talked about the Florida Gators. I think you've been one of the more consistent, advocators of Florida football.
I just think due to so much history, and they have.
We got a call. On the hill, who we got?
Hey, man.
Is this momentarily? I think that was Scotty Borland, and we had a momentary phone loss. I think he may have hit a dead area. We'll let him call us back in. But back to our conversation, Demetrius. Florida, yeah. Georgia has to win it this year, I think, because I've always pinpointed this year as being the year for Kirby Smart to kind of start to be the team that's kind of going to knock Alabama off the top of the mountain, and then they start being the standard in which everybody starts to build their program. What say you on that scenario?
I don't know. I think Kirby Smart just kind of keeps dropping the ball. There was so much promise over there at Georgia that I just don't. I'm not sure if he's the one, because I think
we got a caller. Who we got?
Hey, Pat, it's Scotty. What's going on, man?
This is the man with all the information coming back from Omaha, Nebraska, with the Omahawks. It's the Democrat Gazette, Scotty Borland. Welcome to the Hill, my buddy, and I know it's late, but thanks for taking time with us, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Got some time to kill. We're just about back in Arkansas. Still got about an hour and a half to go, so happy to be on with you.
You've had a few hours and a long drive to kind of, think over these previous two games. Take me back to your thoughts on why Arkansas, ended 0-2 in the Collegiate World Series, Scotty.
Yeah, I think you look back at it like Arkansas just, gets shut out in the first game. You can leave 6 guys on base, and I think you go 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And Isaiah Campbell didn't have his best stuff by far, and he even admitted that to me after the game. Didn't have it, but, still hung up 7 zeros, you know what I'm saying? So he, gave you a shot to win, and didn't give him any run support. Then the next game, it feels like, Casey Martin comes through with a big hit. Goodhart follows with an infield single, and Arkansas up 3-0. Connor Nolan's kind of rolling on the mound, and then the pitchers just gave up. Connor hung a breaking ball to a kid with 17 home runs on the year. You just can't do that. And
right.
Kevin Kopps allowed 2 home runs.
Another dropped deal. We're going to finish this conversation, but back to you, and we'll let Scotty momentarily. We'll have Scotty here. But, Demetrius, back on that Eastern conversation. I say Georgia, you say Florida. Okay, but now, who's that middle team that could mess this whole Eastern party up for the football season of 2019? We always the Gamecocks always, for the last 2 to 3 years, they've always been that team that continues to be a team that we think under Will Muschamp should take the next step. Why is it this year so important? Because I remember last year I did pick the South Carolina Gamecocks on my SEC ballot at Media Day in Atlanta. I picked the Gamecocks second. Unfortunately, that's not where they finished. And that was based on the experience
Terrible pick.
that I felt that team had.
Terrible judgment.
I'm a prisoner of the moment, I think.
Terrible judgment.
But, the recruiting that Will Muschamp has done in his time at South Carolina has been pretty good. He's got a lot of defensive talent. It's just he's always had trouble with the injury bug.
Honestly, I think he's one quarterback away.
Right.
I probably haven't. I think the last good South Carolina quarterback was Shaw. I believe that was his name. Can't remember what his first name was, but
yes, got knocked almost into the middle of the Broyles complex by Beckett one game here when Joe Adams went completely crazy.
Yeah. So.
Or no, yeah, that was Joe Adams the night that he almost got knocked into the Broyles complex on a sack, and he didn't get up from that play. I think that was the last good. And maybe the way they saw, future quarterbacks saw him get punished, it might have detoured other great quarterbacks. But now, Bentley that they have there now. Jake is, I think Bentley's set up for a great year. That's why I think I'm still riding that Will Muschamp in South Carolina bandwagon.
I'm just expecting his defense to get better. Deion Sanders' son ended up committing to going there. So I think from a talent standpoint, Coach Muschamp is really starting to get players that really can compete at a high level in the SEC. Not saying he hasn't, but I think, from a winning mentality and just background of being football players, I think he's getting better players.
I can agree with that. And then, I'm anxious to see what Coach John Scott, former defensive line coach, now defensive line coach at South Carolina, I'm anxious to see, what he's able to instill and the techniques he's able to put. And can we see any of the similarities from what he was able to do here at Arkansas with the defensive lineman at South Carolina? I think he will because, as I say, defensively, talent-wise, they have a lot of young talent that's just been waiting in the wings to play at South Carolina under Will Muschamp and Tavares Robinson, that defense. But we're going to step away real quick, let you hear more audio from players about this season-ending 5-4 loss, and just the expectation level. And then we'll come back with much, much more It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
And they did a really good job, but it's tough to go like, okay, he's going to throw us backwards, and then he throws it the right way around, and then what do you think the next at bat is? You going to throw it normal, or are you going backwards again? So credits to them.
Talk a lot about the season you had. You're leaving this program coming off a good season. Just how good do you feel about the way you played this year, and thoughts on just being an Arkansas Razorback?
I've been blessed. Coach Van Horns gave me a chance at the beginning of the year. Just try to get better every single day, and trust in my coaches and trust in that process of just crafting the kind of player that I guess I've become today. And it's them I have to thank, and Father's Day was just here. I mean, it's my father.
Welcome back, and we're back with Arkansas Democrat-Gazette Scotty Borderland momentarily. Had some tech issues, but we got him back now. And Scotty, as we were talking, about the bullpen, what was the disappointing factor? Because going into this, you felt like that would be the strength, from based on the experience that these guys had from last year. What went wrong this weekend?
Yeah, I think Arkansas's relievers, especially yesterday against Texas Tech, they just made a couple of mistakes. Like Kevin Kopps gave up a couple of home runs. He gave up the first home run to Easton Morrell, who last year played for Arkansas as an infielder for the Razorbacks, and then transferred to Tech. And and then he gave up another home run to Josh Young as a top 10 pick in the draft this year. Talked to him like he'd only given up 2 home runs all year before yesterday, and then gave up 2 home runs in 2 1/3 innings. And then Cody Scrodners was kind of the hero of Game 3 of the Super Regional, and then he just kept falling behind in count 2. That was a trend with all of Arkansas's pitchers. Like Connor Nolan fell behind, I think, the first 5 batters he faced.
Right.
Kevin Kopps got down 3-0, 2-0, 3-1 to the first 3 guys he faced, and then walked the next guy. Like, they just fell behind in counts, and fall behind in counts. Obviously, hitters know that at some point pitcher's going to have to throw the ball in the zone. That's going to give them something to hit. So they just fell behind in counts, and then when they had to throw the ball over the plate, they left it too much over the plate. Texas Tech made it pay for it. They're pretty good hitting team.
The thing that stood out to me, and it went back to A&M, and then it Hoover and into the NCAA tournament, was Arkansas's issues with first and foremost being away from Baum and facing left-handed pitching. It seemed like they had a lot of problems with lefties. Going forward, talk about what can they do to solve that issue. And there's a lot of talent still yet that got a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. Coach Van Horn and that team have to feel good about the expectations heading into next season.
Oh, for sure. You've got your core coming back as far as your position guys. Trevor Rizal's a guy that he was only going to be here for 1 year as a grad transfer. You hate to lose a guy like him, and then Jack Kimley. So basically, you're going to have to find a couple guys to make up the right side of your infield. But you got Casey Opitz back behind the plate, Jacob Nesbitt at third, Casey Martin at short, Matt Goodhart, Teston Kerstad, Christian Franklin too. I figured they'll move Christian Franklin to center field to fill Fletcher's role. But I know they were asked by somebody, do you feel like you got a pretty good shot to get back again next year? And my immediate thought is I don't see why not. As long as the pitching kind of gets figured out. As you're losing Isaiah Campbell, man, it's 2 years in a row you're losing. That's 2 years. Last year you lost a guy that went 14-0. This year you're losing a guy that went 12-1.
Right.
Gave you a chance to win every Friday night. So as long as they get the pitching staff squared away, maybe find some guys to fill the void on the right side of the infield, I think they'll be fine.
Talking with Scotty Borderland of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, covers all Razorback news for us here on OTH on our late night edition, our special Tuesday night late night edition. But Scotty, if there's one last word that you could describe for the 2019 baseball season of the Omaha Hogs, what would that one word be? And then we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, I think they were pretty fun, man. Like, this team, I would look up, or I was covering the super regional games, and I've got my boss sitting to my left and Tom Murphy sitting to my right. And Arkansas just in game 3, and Arkansas is just piling runs on Ole Miss and shutting them down, pitching wise. And I'm just looking up, and I look at Tom, and I'm like, Arkansas just got a bunch of guys, like just a bunch of dudes on their team. They were just fun to watch. Like they're just lots of baseball players, like just really hard-nosed, tough, gritty guys, I guess. Like Matt Goodhart is probably one of my favorite guys to watch. I think he found some power late in the year, but that guy was just, he could just hit for days. And Trevor Revelle was the same way. And the guys on the team joked around the line, called him Dad because he was one of the older guys on the team, and had a big beard and all that stuff. I mean, lots of personality on the team, and I think just the guys who will be back next year who have experienced the losses in Omaha, I think it's gonna drive them to want to get back. But when things are going well, this team was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I totally agree with you. And my word would be scary. And also, too, in my opinion, they came to the Collegiate World Series in Omaha a year early because I had Arkansas starting that run back, next year and the year after. Because I do feel like Coach Van Horn and this program, and before the Kirstars and Christian Franklins and Nesbitts get away from Arkansas, I think they're about to win one. Scotty, when you follow recruiting, talent's not going to stop coming to Fayetteville to play for that program. But as always, my man, thanks for taking time out on our special edition of OTH tonight, and have a safe drive, and I'll talk to you in the coming days, my man.
Yeah, sounds good. I always appreciate you having me, Pat.
All right, bub. That was Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Scotty Borderland, giving us his 411. But we're going to step away, get a real quick break, come back with our final segment. We're heading to Tuscaloosa to talk real quick with Touchdown Alabama, Stephen M. Smith. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479.
It was
Back in a moment.
It was talented. Might not have been the most talented team. It was fairly young, but it took advantage of just about every break it got all year, and got a lot of wins. And honestly, we had a lot of fun. It was fun being around these guys.
A couple more questions. Goodhart, he was obviously a big contributor to us in this tournament.
Yeah, he had a big year for us. He, especially the second half of the season, really swung the bat well, started driving in runs, became a force in there, and it made it easier for some of the other guys to swing the bat and get better pitches, and it just made our lineup better, and I'm looking forward to having him bigger and stronger next year. I think he'll be a force with the bat.
I know this is your second time to be back-to-back College World Series at Nebraska and here now. 3 in a row, is that realistic, or is that really that's hard to do?
I don't know.
Like that?
I would say it's realistic. You have to be good. You got to be a little lucky, and you got to be playing well at the right time.
Welcome back. Well, unfortunately, we just got a text message that Stephen M. Smith will not be able to join us, as he's had some, unfortunately, something came up that he has to attend to. But we'll be getting back with Stephen M. Early next week. We'll make a quick note. Now, the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday show, and Friday show will be and in case you missed it, some of the best of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk. Be tuning in, as we'll make sure that we get those out to you all. For those that have just started to watch On the Hill Sports Talk Radio with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ, we want to get you up to speed with some of the topics that we've talked about. And always remember, we'll be back Monday in our entirety. And I think we might. Now, I'm working on something really, really special. A really special guest for our Monday show, and you might not want to miss it. Be watching OTH. Be watching our Facebook, our YouTube page, as I'll be letting you know details on that. But I want to give a thank you to my producer, Demetrius, Demigod, but he's Spike D here on OTH. My guest, Jordan Simmons of Powder Springs, Georgia, McEachern High School, for coming on and letting us know just where the Diamond Gang and Coach Chad Morris' staff are sitting with his recruitment. And lastly, all coverage from Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Scotty Borland of the Arkansas Razorbacks trip to Omaha as they went and were unfortunately knocked out of the tournament by the Texas Tech Red Raiders to end their season 46-20. Also, too, want to give a shout out to our sponsors, as this wouldn't be possible without you guys. Lindsay and Associates with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also too in Rogers. The Locomotion, okay, just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall, and our newest sponsor, Corey Beck's Custom Painting. Until Monday, you guys have a blessed rest of the week and be watching. It's in case you missed it. Monday, Thursday, and Friday. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. You guys have a blessed one. Let's get it.
Hey everyone, it's Pat Jenkins here of OTH. That's right, On the Hill with Pat Jenkins, Sports Talk Radio.